Yes, sir. It's your boy Keiz Ali, and across the screen from him, I got the homie, the co-defendant, Neko Smoke. What's going on with you tonight, man?
Hey man, do you know how to break dance or like pop lock and shit?
No, nigga.
Always want to know how to do it.
You,
Anyway,
you see
it's
what's
Neko
behind me,
Smoke.
nigga? Jeezy is behind me. You can't pop lock the Jeezy and Nip,
Hey
fam.
nigga, you know what I mean? I know you used to be on the step team.
Nigga,
Had to.
that don't mean I can pop lock because I,
I,
was on the step team. I was on the step
anyway,
team for like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, actually
yeah,
participating, and then it was like, man, fuck this shit.
yeah, me and you, bro. It
I,
was real. I made it the first performance, and then I was out of there.
why you was out though?
I don't know, man. It just wasn't me. It didn't fit me. It didn't feel good. You know what I
I
mean?
was on
Like
two step teams actually though, Nico.
yeah,
I started on one step team at Jailman, which I loved. Like I was on that team, and then I moved to Hillcrest, and them niggas was stepping with canes, like real live, like Kappa
oh
canes
shit,
and shit.
yeah,
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 man,
yeah.
it was
They was getting
interesting.
ready to, yeah, they was getting ready to join the dancing gang. I understand it.
Fam, let me
I
tell
get it.
you, the niggas, T Mike, for example, used to walk
Yeah.
off in the crowd, give chicks the flowers and shit, the roses and shit. It was so beautiful.
He can
I
pull it
just,
off though, fam.
oh yeah, he put it off for like what 2, 3 years of high school. So he's a
Yeah,
stepping
man.
maniac. He's a
Uh,
maniac. Maniac. But look, man, thank you guys
what's
for checking in with us, man. You guys have been hanging out with us for I think we got like 5 or 6 different pieces of content up under the Ali and Smoke show, and it's time for our actual actual episode. I hate to break this to people so early, but we're gonna go on a break right after this episode. For a series. We got a lot of stuff that we're actually recording right now. A lot of stuff that's in production right now. And you will see it. You'll see it going into the new year. You'll definitely see why we stepped away from doing the show. I think is how I want to put it. But let's just talk about our show, Nico.
yeah,
The
man.
structure of our show, the reason of our show. I would say the reason of our show is simply to talk to motherfuckers while we're busy doing things. Like things pop in our head, things come to our mind, and we just
Yeah,
want to go ahead and get it out. What about you, Nico?
yeah, man. It's kind of like to touch base with the people that follow us and all the things that we do. Plus, like at the core of it all, like this is what we do,
Yeah,
and this is what we do. This is the core of it all, and all the other stuff is just things that we just want to do and we
what I
want to
do.
accomplish. So we come here, we'll tell y'all about it more in detail, probably reasons why, give y'all tidbits that y'all never ever know about. Yeah, man, it's just kind of something cool and different that we decided, hey, let's just do it.
And blowing smoke will continue. Blowing smoke will still pop up randomly from week to week because
Oh yeah,
Nico get
100%.
pissed off at things. I got meet my friend where I'll be doing a couple of interviews with a couple people that I meet along the way that'll be popping up, and
Hmm.
so we got some shit coming. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
when we have this show, when we have our podcast, I guess is what this is called. When we have our podcast, of course, we're gonna hit on some hot topics. We're gonna have a main topic, and then at the end of each episode, we're gonna give you quotes and motivational things that motivated us through the week, and hopefully it helps you through the week. All right. So Nico, you ready to get to this first topic, man?
Let's go, bro.
Deion
Coach Prime,
Sanders.
baby. Coach Prime.
Coach Prime, man, took that 5 mil and said, fuck you niggas.
Nah. See, of course, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's not you, but like there is people out there that's saying like that's how they feel. They like, oh, he turned his back.
Yeah.
He did exactly what I thought he was gonna do. He
Chubby
was gonna
Sensei.
use Jay. He's gonna use. Shout out to Chubby too. Fire verse on DOA. But anyway, he was going to use JSU for everything they had, and then he was just
Yep.
going to leave, and he
Mm-hmm.
going to take people with him. It's like, fam. First of all, think bigger picture. If it wasn't for Coach Prime going to JSU still wouldn't be on the map. He wouldn't.
Yeah, that is correct.
They got a college game day to go to an HBCU. That ain't never happened. They got all of these well-known people in the world coming to JSU, hanging out with these players, giving them motivational things, all that stuff.
Rose
What he
pulled up, million dollars for game pulled up on him too.
Yeah, I mean like and rest in peace, Young Dolph, man. But Young Dolph was out there all the
Oh yeah,
time.
dog pulled up, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like He's done so much for SWAC, just SWAC conference and HBCUs in the first 3 years. Plus, he barely took a salary. And he had actual good NFL coaches coaching these kids.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, shit, they should build a statue of Deion out there. Had an undefeated season this year, won a championship. Like, come on, bro.
What else do you want? What else do you need from him?
Yeah, like you want him to stay there. Like, eventually, at every job, you're gonna want to elevate.
Yeah.
And with coaching, it just so happens to happen quicker than anything else. You either gonna, like he said, you either gonna get terminated or you're gonna elevate.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. And he put that pretty nicely, man. You gonna either leave or be asked to leave. So I'm gonna leave on my own and I'm gonna do my thing. But like you said, man, he did a lot of things. He did a lot of things for that school. I didn't know anything about that school, especially when it came to football, until he popped up down there. Undefeated season, championship, and then I watched a video where he addressed his team before the actual news and stuff came out. And he was like, a lot of you guys that want to jump in the lottery, not the lottery, the portal, and try to switch schools. I wouldn't do it. I mean, yes, we got a lot of awards. Yes, we got a lot of eyes on us, but stay here and let those eyes still be here. Because you'll jump in that portal, you may be lost forever. So I did see another meme that caught my attention. That was pretty funny. It was like, all you niggas mad at Deion Sanders, but y'all didn't even go to a HBCU.
So that's how many. and here was my thing. Here's my thing for people that's like getting on Coach Prime. How many JSU games did you actually watch?
Yeah.
Let's keep it a bean. How many JSU games did you really pay attention to? Yeah. Do you realize that Deion's son is really like that? Mm-hmm. Like he could have went to any D1 program and really been like that? Do you know that? No. Like majority of you niggas don't. You just want to complain because it's always the same shit, bro. When a black person elevates to a job, which mind you, Colorado is one of them places where the last 4 head coaches all been black. Mm-hmm. Let's start there. 2, there's been 4 black head coaches terminated from jobs in D1.
Yep.
How many has been replaced? Just 1? So, like, we got to start thinking bigger and stop trying to automatically, I'm going to tear this man down, even though he literally elevated other black men, young black men, elevated a black school, elevated a black conference, and literally went, hey, y'all going to be sustainable for years to come. I'm going to move on, but what the foundation that I laid,
take off. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do you think he's going to be successful at the new college, Colorado?
I think he can be, yeah. I think he can be, yeah. Because he's going to have the same approach. I don't know how much you know about University of Colorado football.
I don't. Talk to me.
There's a 30 for 30 I want you to watch.
Okay.
About Colorado football. I forget what the coach's name is. He's a legendary coach out there. What he did was he changed the program and he went to California. He went into Compton. And he knew he did the same thing what Deion did when he got Travis Hunter. He went to go talk to his mama. Gotcha. Because a lot of these players, they know it's 2 things. You're gonna go where your mama tell you to go, and most black women in the hood is very like Christian faith, or it's just very religious based. Mm-hmm. So he hit on that, and then when he got him out there, he in Boulder, Colorado, one of the most beautiful places on the world. Mm-hmm. He showed black kids from the inner city these mountains and trees and this nice, you know what I mean? Like this,
it's a better scenery. Different. It's a better view.
You know what I mean? Just something different, something that make you go as a kid from, because I'm a kid from the inner city. When I got with my wife lived next to them. My wife's family lived next to the mountains. She wake up to cows. I never seen no shit like that before in my life.
Yeah.
So it's just like a different, like a change of pace of scenery and it's something just beautiful that lets you go, hey man, I can get out of here
It's different. It's
and go.
something different.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You
And
see something different.
that's the same approach. Deion. Plus, it's Deion. Deion walk in your house and Nick Saban walk in your house. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. You don't
he,
want to jump.
yeah, it's like, all right, fam. Like Nick Saban, you cool. I know what you've done, but this Coach Prime, like he's done it. You know what I mean? Like we know what he's gonna do, and
Yeah.
plus, you
It's
know what I mean?
documented.
And he's one of us.
Yeah.
So, you know, like it's. I think he's gonna be successful. At least I want him to be successful.
Yeah, I wanted to be successful as well, but I think he said a lot. I think he said a lot. I think his first press conference in Colorado. I had just watched that a few moments ago, where he was saying, the black community it was basically upset with him about it, and he was saying, my calling isn't just for black kids. My calling is for all young men and all young women. And I mean, I get like you want to support black, all things black, but at the same time, man, if the guy is going to elevate everybody and make the world a better place, make the young America a better place, then I'm all for it, man. And
Yeah,
I'm not one of those guys. I never watched a JCU game. I mean, I caught clips of, like I said, Rick Ross being there, Millie, Dolph, just sliding through the timeline and seeing stuff like that. I know exactly who Deion Sanders is, but at this point in time, man, my outlook and my take on it is you elevate, like you said, you elevated, you build a foundation. Now it's up to JCU to continue to build upon what he did there. Now he
yeah,
going on to the next level and doing it. Hopefully he go on to the next level and do it. And that should motivate other coaches and other people that has his type of notoriety and his knowledge to do the same thing, man.
yeah, for sure.
That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, man. I mean, he a pastor too, so you know what I mean. He's
that's
always gonna be
crazy.
for everybody.
That's crazy because I know we had a conversation just yesterday, about how Christianity will wipe your slate clean.
Maybe one of these episodes we'll talk about it in detail.
It will wipe your slate clean, man.
Wipe your slate clean, man.
Deion Sanders was a wild guy in his prime,
Wild boy.
but now he's, saved, sanctified in the Holy Ghost and doing his thing. I wish him nothing but the best. I want to pay more attention to him. Sports is not my thing. Sports is more your thing. And you put me on game, you keep me up, especially like with the World Cup that just was going on. I called you the other day and was like, yo, I heard these niggas in Qatar are bugging. Should I buy the soccer ball?
yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna try my best to keep up with it more and more, especially being across the screen for you. I gotta be more knowledgeable. But in this particular situation, man, I wish you nothing but the best. I think you niggas is bugging the fuck out because
100%.
I think he went from like 200,000 to 5 million a year. And I'm just saying, like, I would do it. I don't know about you, but if you tell me I'm taking a job over here in Colorado for $5 million and I can smoke weed, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I done got my championship. You know what I mean? I got a championship. I got a swag trophy.
I'm on the way out. I'm on the way out.
I did everything I got to do. I'm going.
Neko, it's a show on Netflix called Terrorism Close Calls, right?
Yep.
I think this is going to be our first TV show, movie series that we do. We're going to break this show down. Yeah, and I think it's a good show to start with because both of us are kind of sort of conspiracy theorists in a way.
In
a way. And we both don't trust the government, but have a good idea and a good understanding of how our government works.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, if I'm not mistaken, is 10 episodes of the show, and we're gonna watch each and every episode and tell y'all exactly how the fuck how we feel about it, and hopefully everyone can follow along. It's right on Netflix. Pop it on. We're gonna go show by show. We want you to watch it with us and get into the comments and tell us, what you think about what we saying and what you think about the individual show. Now, Terrorism Close Calls. Neko, have you looked at any other shows, the actual episodes of the shows yet?
Yeah, I know. First episode is about shit.
I'm finna pull it up. Let's see what we got here.
Like the bombing of a subway or something like that.
We got episode 1 is Go for Broke on season 1. Looks like 2 ships, brave captains and their crew, Royal Marines, all battle the elements. Hold on, is this the right show? Hell nah. Ignore me, fam. That was definitely not the right fucking show.
Yes, I'm sitting there going, what you talking about, man?
Let me get it pulled up, man. Terrorism Close Calls.
Like,
I
what's
pulled up a
happening, man?
show called The Terror. Look, man, I'm rusty. I'm rusty. All right,
Yeah.
let's go. All right, so 10 episodes, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got episode 1 as 3 young terrorists complete the plans to detonate a bomb on the New York City subway. We're talking about FBI investigation into chemical engineering students that's gonna blow some shit up. We got the Al Qaeda Operation Chevrolet, Operation Overt. I said it wrong. Overt. There we go.
Overt. Yeah, there you go.
Martin Luther King Day plot. I'm gonna dive into that one, man.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna really dive into that
100%.
one. What else we got?
100%.
The Israel honey trap. It's some things
Mm-hmm.
on here I know about, some things that I don't know about. Hopefully, we educate you while we educating ourselves. We do want to tell you about that, man. That's gonna be starting up here in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna be diving into that show, and we don't know what's gonna come of it. We might be completely terrible at doing this, but we're gonna fucking
Yeah.
try it out, and hopefully
Fuck
people
it.
love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We might kill it, just like Casey Anthony killed.
Oh, what a segue! What a segue, God! What a segue! That is a segue, sir.
We might kill
That's
it, just
beautiful.
like she might have killed her kid. Nah, man,
Yeah,
you
so-
put this on the topic list. It's a new thing
Had
on
to.
Hulu. Talk
Had
to me, man. What's this about?
Listen, bro, when I seen the trailer drop, I was like, yo, this is nuts, fam.
Mhm.
Because she basically disappeared for 11 years.
Mhm.
Nobody know where she been at. Nobody know nothing, nothing about her, anything. And then she pop up like, hey, I got some shit to say. Which everybody should have a chance to get their shit off.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
I ain't gonna say everybody, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Majority of people should have the right to get their shit.
There we go. And R. Kelly should be able to do a versus. But go ahead.
Sure. Sure. Nigga wilding over there. Anyway.
Go ahead.
So when I seen it, I was intrigued because I know I know how I felt when the verdict happened, when all that stuff was going on, because that was one of the first trials that really played out on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say play out on social media, I mean even the prosecutors and shit was taking shit from social media. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of them things that was kind of like just getting in the spiral of how, like I said, social
how
media
things
work.
are going here today. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
every high priority case, like my boy Johnny Depp's, for example, his whole divorce case, day by day we watched it on television. I think you can say it started back in 2011 with this case. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. And so, yeah, man, it was intriguing. We watched the documentary, I think, Friday night, maybe.
Okay.
Watched it all. It's very interesting, bro.
So what is the doc? Is a doc like, is it her side of the story? Is it her talking, or is it one of those like evidence pieces put together type thing?
It's kind of all of that. So like,
okay,
it's her explaining, like, first episode is pretty much where the fuck she been at, what the fuck she been doing.
Okay,
like, because she's not in touch with her family anymore. Her brother, her mother, her father. She don't talk to them anymore. Only family she got is her defense team, which I thought was like interesting in itself. Her defense team is still like, they still all work together. I mean, she is as an assistant for one of the people on her defense team. Like, so
they took care of him.
Yeah, like they show you how they took care of her. They show you, hey, we got to get you out of here. Got into a rental home and then like took her away from there. Like, even the show, they show you like they in a rental home for this. Like, they don't want you to know exactly where she live at, all that shit like that. But and then
I'm gonna pivot for a second here, man.
Go ahead.
In cases like this, where you have Trayvon Martin's killer, what's his fucking name?
George Zimmerman.
The young kid, I can't remember names, and this is coming off the top of my head. Fuck naming them. What I will say, the people that are guilty in these horrific crimes and horrific court cases, when you see certain groups donating millions of dollars to their defense team, or millions of dollars to make sure that they can duck off, like Casey, like you're explaining Casey Anthony. How does that make you feel? Do you think like it's okay? Does it bother you? I mean, I know it's two sides to every story, but it's like, really?
So I'm glad you brought this up.
Okay.
Kyle Rittenhouse. You remember when that whole
Kyle Rittenhouse? That's exactly what I was trying to name. There you go.
When He took 2 rifles illegally from his home in one state,
Mhm.
travel across state lines, put himself, to me, he put himself in danger to be able to kill.
Okay.
He got off. So, with talking to people that was around me that thought, nah, he innocent. And they explained it. They explained why they thought he innocent. I to this day, I agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I've realized like it's not for me to feel any type of way because you can have your opinion and you can have your feeling. If you felt like he didn't do it, then there's nothing that I or you can say to change that person's
Just
mind.
as mine. Yeah.
So like, but it doesn't take away from like, especially if I know you and you like, yeah, I'm gonna donate to him because I think you know what I mean. He didn't do nothing or she didn't do nothing, and I'm like, yo, you bugging, but that's your life. You know what I mean? Like I can't stop you. Like you know what I mean? Like I can't stop you at all. So at first I thought like, yo, niggas is nuts. Got to get them the fuck away from me and all this shit like that. But it don't stop them from being like a good person or
But do you
whatever.
think it should be like legal? Because if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, there's been certain cases and certain big time things that have happened where people will start throwing money on a GoFundMe and
yeah,
GoFundMe will refund the money and shut down, the page and say
yeah.
no, you can't support that. Do you think that type of shit is okay? Like, I guess what I'm trying to ask is like the people that's donating all this money to the criminal in these situations, like I think that shit should probably be illegal, fam. Or like, it shouldn't be as
I don't,
easy to support bullshit, man. Like,
I don't, I don't think so. I think then we stepping into territory. Then I don't think we really understand because like say like flipping on his head. Say if it was like let me see. Say
man,
if it
George
was
Zimmerman was doing fucking like TED Talks with
oh
Skittles
nah
and Arizonas and shit, fam. Like, that's not cool, fam.
yeah no I agree with you 100%. That shit is not cool, and it's nuts if you co-sign it.
Yeah.
But it, I mean, it truly is legal. Like if you get off, you can literally go and live your life however you want to.
I get it, but fuck, man. Like,
Yeah, no, it's fucked up. Like it's truly a fucked up thing. If you did something bad and like George Zimmerman is a fucked up person.
yeah.
Like he truly that's another thing. Him and Kyle Rittenhouse did the same thing to me.
Okay.
Like they literally baited the situation into happening.
Okay. Yeah.
And and both of them got off. Like both of them got off on the same shit. Like so it's like, do will I ever support him? No. Should anybody ever support him? No. But there's gonna be people out there. It's inevitable. People are gonna go against the grain whether we like it or not.
Do you think that we shouldn't? And I know we are way off topic, but like you said, this case that we were talking about with Casey Anthony back in 2011, if I'm not mistaken, it was one of the biggest televised cases that of our time with social
Yeah.
media and things like. Do you think that we give these people celebrity by pushing everything on social media, by continuing to
Hell
talk
yeah.
about them? Because
Hell yeah.
something has to give, fam. Like
Yeah.
when I heard that George Zimmerman was doing like fucking not press conferences, but like I want to say TED Talks for lack of words
Mm-hmm.
about the situation and signing Skittle packs and hoodies and shit. I'm like, this is not right. This is just ethically
No.
not fucking right. But like you said, it's legal.
Yeah, but what did you just say? You said ethically.
Yeah.
Ethic and morals. Ethic and morals is for decent human beings. This person is not a decent
But
human
we
being.
should live in a fucking decent country where that shit shouldn't just be fair. Not fair or
We
even
should.
just done.
We should, but we
I
live
think
in the land. We live in the land of the free, home of the brave. So you can literally do whatever the fuck you want to do.
I think
We
that's what's
literally,
really I think that's what's
we
tearing us
li-
apart, man.
we literally just had a sitting president admit to all the bad shit that he's done while he was president, and the nigga's still out here walking free, about to run for president again.
I don't understand that either.
You see what I'm saying? We literally live in a place where they took, well, I guess I would say our founding fathers, but they took those words and over hundreds of years, just twist that shit. And then
Yeah, to make it fit what
living
you
in
wanted
fuck,
to.
living in fucking chaos. I guarantee you, if them white people who came over here and murdered all these people to start new land and shit was looking at the white people now, they looking at them like they fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Looking at them like, what are you talking about?
that's not what we wanted. That's not what. Yeah, I get it. I don't know, man.
You know
I
what I mean?
just when I see shit like that, when I hear things like that, it's just like with her, for example, like when we first, before we even started in pre-production, was talking about this particular case, and I was like, man, I haven't watched the doc because all I'm seeing is Hulu gave her a big ass shit to tell her side of the story, but she a murdering bitch. And you was like, whoa, fam, that's not that's not what happened. That's not
Yeah,
what
I
happened.
don't.
But I'm
Yeah.
biased like that because it's like, fam, like how are you getting this big ass Hulu check to go and tell what the fuck what's going on with you, fam?
Mhm.
Like I don't give a fuck, but I guess I'm not the only person that's watching Hulu, so I guess I
Yeah.
answered my own
Well,
question.
it's on Peacock, but
Oh,
like,
Peacock.
yeah, man. I mean, people are gonna be interested in the story because it was so high profile, and they're gonna want to know what she said. And she like admits that she admits what happens on that day.
Mm-hmm.
She said she was a light sleeper. She always kept her away from the dad or whatever. But for some reason, like that day, they fall asleep. She wakes up. Her baby girl's not there. She gets up. She goes outside. Dad is holding her. She is soaking wet and like screaming at her, "Look what you did! Look what you did! Look what you did!" Pretty much implying that she fell in the pool. But the thing about the pool theory is it was an above ground pool and the ladder wasn't in the pool to get in the pool. And she was only like 3 at the time. So it's not like she putting a ladder in the pool and getting in the pool.
Yeah.
But how they framed it was like he raped her from like 8 to like 12, and then her brother started fucking with her after that. So it was like that type of shit going on in the house. And then they talk about how the cops never questioned the father at all. But the father was telling the cops, you need to get this bitch off the streets, but was telling everybody in interviews and shit, I just want my daughter home. So it was mad shit in there that was just like, yo, fam, this shit's weird. And then the guy she works for that was on her defense team was like, I believe your father did something to your daughter and did the whole, because Casey Anthony was saying how she used to like she used to scream when he did it, but he would like put a pillow over her head and shit. It's graphic as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
us having daughters. It's like, yo, this shit is sick.
Yeah.
But he feels like that's what he did to her, and then just pretty much dumped in the pool to get rid of like any type of fucking evidence, and then like, look what you know what I mean? Like
Look what you did.
she fell in
Yeah.
the pool because she was negligent. But then after that, it goes like to some wild shit. Understand you was probably like 20. I think she was like 21 at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you 21, but then like shit kick in. If you say your daughter was if your daughter was everything to you and you do anything to protect her, the first thing you're gonna do is when you holding your soaking wet baby, you're gonna call 911. Somebody come help her. Not your dad yell at you about it and then go, I'm a I'm gonna take care of it. And then you don't hear nothing about your kid for 31 days other than your dad saying she's gonna be fine, she's gonna be fine, she's gonna be fine, but you don't see it. That's it's
Does Casey Anthony have any like mental things going on? Like, did
oh
she?
yeah. I mean, she talks about that too. She talks about how she has nightmares and shit about stuff, and you know what I mean, like,
Because
naturally so.
I mean, when you're in shock, I'm not trying to cap for her at all. But when you're in shock and someone says I'm gonna take care of it, you can just be like, all right, go ahead, you got it.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
I
for sure.
mean, again,
If
I'm
you
not sure.
if you watch the doc, if you watch the doc further made me believe that my theory was right. My theory has always been I don't believe she killed her, but I believe she know who killed her, and I believe she knew more than what she said.
But she's putting on.
And in the doc, she admits I didn't kill her, but I know who did. I know who did, and I think it's this. This is what happened. She
Oh,
don't
so
know for sure what
she
happened.
rolled it out. She says it's all in the doc.
Yeah. She says all what I just told you. She says she was asleep with her. She woke up. She wasn't there. She go outside. Her dad screaming at her, holding her wet kid. She grabs her, and she's like in fucking shock. Dad takes her away and was like, "I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure this out." And then I think I forgot what she did right after that or whatever. But she said that's all she remembers. And then they explain everything else after that. And then like you see working theories of people that work on both sides of it. They talk to the detectives who arrested her immediately after. They talked to her friends, they talked to all this shit, and then like presented them with like more information than just the trial. Because a lot of people was just getting one side or the other. It wasn't all of it. Plus new information that they have.
But
So
Nick, what draws you to watch this type of shit, fam?
because it was I don't know. Like it was like I said, I seen the trailer. I seen the trailer like everybody else and was like, yo, fam, like
But
I
that's
kind of want to see
trauma, fam. That's just,
I
it's
I
like
kind
we're
of want to see
becoming
if she
a trauma addicted society, fam. Like,
oh, oh
like
yeah,
fight
yeah.
videos and I seen I was on Twitter on my way home today in fucking traffic, and I was stopped in traffic. Let me
Mm-hmm.
clear that up. And it was a guy that basically he was beefing with somebody. The person walked up on him at the gas station and like unloaded a whole clip on him. And that was what the clip was. And I got so disgusted. Like I reported the person who posted it and all that shit. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't want
Right.
to see this shit. But it's like our society becomes so attracted to it where it's no longer being like sickening. It's like, oh shit, look at this crazy shit that just happened, fam. So I will watch this because you're recommending it and because I
Mm-hmm.
want to follow back up on this conversation. But
Yeah.
man, I don't run to this type of shit, man. I don't.
So I didn't plan on it. It just kind of like it just kind of happened. Like and then plus like I know I know there was people around me that was gonna watch it, and I was just curious to know.
You gotta
I
have
was
you have your input on it.
yeah. I was curious to know what they thought about it because a lot of people that I know around me is like, "Yo, the bitch did it," and it's nothing that's gonna change my mind. But I'm never gonna be a person that go, "Well, I think this way and this way only," and then new information comes and I just disregard it. It's
Gotcha.
either gonna be like I'm gonna accept the new information for what it was, and still the new information just told me what I thought was right.
Yeah, make you feel more like what you had in mind was
Yeah,
actually what happened.
yeah. It's just like, all right, this okay. Like I kind of saw that from even then, but you know what I mean. It is what it is, man.
I can't do trauma. I can't. It's not that I can't do it. I try my best to avoid it.
Yeah,
And one thing that I'm gonna avoid is a new Will Smith movie. I can't even say the
100%.
name of it.
Emancipation,
Emancipation. I can't do slave movies,
emancipation.
fam. I can't do slave movies. Like I'm over it. I'm tired of seeing it. And now I'm to the point where I laugh at it. Not laugh at what happened, but I'm looking at the movie and trying to make light of it because it's just trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma. Like I know what happened. I get what happened. I'm not saying forget slavery. I'm not saying no people shouldn't know these movies shouldn't be made, but it shouldn't be like put out as like blockbuster movies. Like if you turn on Apple TV right now, there's a whole like slide dedicated to this movie. And it's
Yeah,
just like you gotta watch it. Look at what the director say. Look at what inspired us. Look what I'm like, fam. I think these type of movies should be like educational documentaries to tell you exactly what happened, but making them into blockbuster movies and dramatizations of them, I'm not rolling, fam. I'm not rolling. What you think about this new Will Smith joint though?
So I probably won't ever click play on it, and
Okay.
I if it's a Will Smith movie, I will click play.
Yeah,
But
you're a Will Smith fan. You are.
yeah, I'm a Will Smith fan, and
You are.
plus, like, it's very few great black actors, and he's
Okay.
one of them. So like, I'm always gonna support it. He
Okay.
is, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
I said okay. I said okay.
That's
I said
fine.
okay.
We talk
Great,
about
man.
this shit all the time, guys. We talk about this all the time. Now I feel you. I get it. But let me take back great, but it's very few that can get people out to these movies. Like,
Okay.
very few of these,
I'll agree with you with that.
you know what I mean? Like, there's no denying he's box office.
Yeah.
Like, he is Mr. Box Office. He is Mr.
Oh yeah.
4th of July. He is Mr.
Mr.
Christmas.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, holidays, let's get Will. You know what I mean? Like, that's it is what it is. But like, I'm not gonna click on it because I don't like that. I don't like how people make money off of black trauma.
Mhm.
And I don't there's a lot of these movies I just don't like how it's done. And like you said, I think it's more documentary based stuff it should be.
Yeah.
Because it's more of learning that. It's not a dramatization. It's a here's the facts about it all. And no matter if it's like true to its core, like bring up Birth of a Nation, for instance.
That's my favorite slave movie.
I mean, it's Nat Turner doing what Nat Turner did. Like, it was somebody that he took that shit in his own hands and went from plantation to plantation, killing everybody he could, and rightfully so.
Yep.
And then, of course, you know what I mean, they wound up catching them, you know what I mean, killing them.
Do you have a favorite slave movie, by the way?
It's either that or it's probably that one. Because Django's a slave movie, but I don't really like, it's a fictional slave movie.
Yeah.
So like, and I feel weird about, like, I think Quentin Tarantino is a phenomenal director and his visions are phenomenal. But it's something about him and black trauma that don't sit right with me. Because he's only did 9 movies, but most of his movies are black based. And it's all black exploitation based. And okay. I mean, he even casted himself in the movie, in Pulp Fiction, just to say nigger, and he made himself have a black wife. So when we talk about Django, it's just like Django's a phenomenal movie.
Jamie Foxx did his thing on that one.
I mean, but Jamie Foxx is top 3 actor of all time, like, or just talent.
Again, I'm sorry. I do this all the time. I do this all the time, guys. I got to pivot. Did you see Tyrese try out for Django?
Yes.
That shit was amazing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. That shit was amazing. I'm sorry. That shit came to my head and I had to say it. That's just amazing.
That's just beautiful. Damn. Jamie Foxx is like top 3 entertainers ever.
Yeah.
And so he's always gonna bring that. And then there's only one black person in the world. Only one black person in the world that can do what Samuel Jackson did. And it's him.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He said when Quentin Tarantino hit him up about the movie, he was like, let me play that role. Because he ain't want no other black person playing that role. He solidified. Yeah, he solidified it in his career. He don't have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna accept Sam Jackson doing that and nobody else, no matter how good you do. You know what I mean?
It won't tarnish anything for Sam. Like if shit would have went left, it's like, nigga, that's still Sam. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's like, yo, fam, you gotta. If some black person says something crazy about Samuel Jackson, like, yo, fam, you gotta shut the fuck up, B. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's certain black people in the community in Hollywood that you just go, yo, shut the fuck up.
Which I won't do that for R. Kelly. But anyway, man, Will Smith.
Oh, wow.
Will Smith, man. Yeah, you say he was doing like a promo run, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the promo run that he had going on?
So my only thoughts is they gotta shut up talking to him about the slap.
Yeah, it's not that serious. I mean,
You
it
know
is
what I
that
mean?
serious, but it's not that serious.
But it's not that serious, really.
I
You
mean,
know
you
what I
put
mean?
your
Like,
hands on somebody on national television, and that's serious, fam. That's serious.
oh,
That part of
okay,
it is serious. But
okay,
to continue to run with it, no.
yeah. Stop asking that man about it. He already explained himself. You know what I mean? Like he already explained himself. He's already trying to move on. I'm not vilifying the man for slapping somebody, fam. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then low key, you can kind of justify it. Whether you feel like he was wrong or not, there's an argument he was right.
yeah,
But he apologized for it. He did everything you want him to do. He disappeared for a little while, did whatever journey he needed to do, even though it's really his fucking wife, the one that needed to diss a fucking peer. But
let's
that's
talk
a
about it.
whole. I mean, shit, nigga. Like, uh,
She be embarrassing Will, fam.
yeah, man.
She be embarrassing Will. I
And
know,
then
and Will don't
and,
smack me, fam, but she be embarrassing Will, fam.
and he don't deserve it.
You don't.
You know what I mean? Like he don't fucking deserve it.
You don't.
Like how he talked to people, how inspiring he can be for black folks in general. I mean,
You need a
the
better
man.
wife.
I mean, the man went from hip hop to movies so seamlessly. You know what I mean? And then you,
Yeah, he didn't have the greatest hip hop career though, fam.
but but when you talk to the people that me and you both think are legends, it's one person that they always gonna bring up, and they don't deny the Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
he might have been corny, but he did it. He literally was one of them ones that was like, "Hey, bro, you don't gotta cuss. You don't have to do gangster shit. You can
you're right.
make you can make friendly records, and you can get busy. Like it ain't like he can't rap.
Nah, he
It's
got
just
busy. He got busy
you
from
know
time
you
to
know what I
time.
mean. Like it ain't like he can't rap. It's not like you know what I mean. Like we talked about Nick Cannon this weekend.
I was just finna bring that up.
We talked about Nick Cannon this weekend. There's never been a time where you like Nick Cannon got busy, but when you see
Nick Cannon got busy once or twice, fam.
okay, but when you
Then
see
he
Snoop,
dissed Eminem or something. He got busy on that shit.
all right, fam.
Okay.
So when you hear niggas like Snoop and Ice Cube and all these
Yeah.
fucking hardcore, you know what I mean, gangster niggas talk about yo fam, when I heard Summertime for the first time and they rapping this shit back to him and they like, yo, this shit was like, I can never make a fucking record like this. You know what I mean? Like his hip hop career is solidified.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you know what I mean with everything, him going bankrupt and all that shit, and then the TV show kind of fell into his lap, and he went into movies. I mean, it's a black guy from Philly that we can champion, and he don't deserve the shit that his wife put him through.
You don't.
He don't.
But
He don't deserve it so much so that the night, his greatest night of his life in movie history, tarnished because this bitch couldn't take a joke.
got a point. What do you think people would feel differently if he left her and married a white woman?
I
You
think
said
it almost.
silence. That's the first time you've been quiet in a while, Nico.
That's true. I almost feel like because you know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be accepted because it's Will. I mean, you know he done been fucking white women.
Oh
You know
yeah. Oh
just
yeah.
like I don't know if you watched the Red Table Talk when she said she had the entanglement with August, and Will goes, I don't know how many people caught it, but Will goes, I'm gonna get you back for it, and then she goes, oh, you got me back plenty enough for it, trust me. Nigga, they was talking about he was out here with Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
and fucking,
that's what I was thinking.
You know
about.
what I mean? What's the chick name? Eliza Koshy.
I don't know
Fucking.
who that one is.
Oh,
I think his co-star in Hancock. I think they said he got busy with her too.
Clarice, yeah, Cerise Theodore. Fam, he probably got busy with in the book, bro. He was talking about that nigga was getting so much sex in his like movie career life that he was just like he would throw up afterwards. That's how much sex he was getting.
That's
so
wild.
I know that the nigga cool on that. You know what I mean? Like, and plus it's Will. Like you hear the nigga talk, And it's like, all right, fam. I know I can never let any woman I'm with, I can't let you around because he just go,
he
fam.
gonna
He
talk
go,
about the draws.
hell yeah, fam. Like he tall, he got money, he know how to talk good. It's a wrap.
Got you. Well, now it's come time for our main topic. And
Yeah.
I'll introduce our main topic because our main topic came from a real life situation that I was dealing with. I won't go too deep into detail, but in the last week or so, I've had to deal with pornography with a young adult. Not my kids. I'm gonna put that shit out there now. It's not my kid at all, but I had to deal with pornography in a young adult's life. And the question came to the group chat of, when did you start watching porn? You know, like what age group was it? What did you start? Why did you start? You know, we had a short conversation about it because when it comes to porn, people look at it in different ways. All right. So we're going to start this off real simple, real easy. Neko Smoke, can you answer this? Can you complete this sentence? I think porn is.
I think porn is detrimental to a undeveloped mind.
Nicely put. Nicely put. I you know what? I wasn't gonna say it so beautifully, but I was gonna basically say the same thing. I think porn is made for an adult. It's made for an adult that's sexually active or want to be sexually active. But you said it perfectly. They have to have that mature mind. They have to have that mature mind. And I'll just go ahead and flip to the next one. The question that started in the group chat was, when was your first time watching porn? I think the general consensus was like 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Around that particular area. Do you want to talk about your first time in any detail at all? Of just seeing it that you can remember, of sneaking to watch it, or how did it fall upon your plate, or anything like that?
I remember who exposed me to it. I don't really want to say who exposed me to it because it'll cause some shit.
Got you. But just tell me how. Like, how were you exposed to it? Like, what happened in that particular situation?
I was exposed to it from an older person who wanted to, I guess, in a way, educate on the female.
Yeah.
Like,
and with the porn?
You about to run into this. And when you run into this, you need to know what this is, and
so they gave you
how
sex
this
ed
going
with Pornhub?
Kinda. It was the most awkward. It was the most awkward shit. And now that I realized a lot of stuff in my life as a kid that I was exposed to, if you think about it now in the terms of this society, it's like, yo, fam, like,
that's wild.
You went through some wild, like, trauma shit. Like, it's really some, like, I can tell stories about this and you'll be like, yo, fam, like, you need to go talk to somebody. Cause it's one of those things. That's why I said it's not for a person that's have an undeveloped mind, that is not mature enough to handle it.
Well, my situation, my first time is not as traumatic and deep as Neko's was, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So my dad had I forgot what fucking movie it was. I want to say it was Exit Wounds. It was some movie that was on like a tape, right? And with a tape, you get to the end, you stop it, and you wind it back. But if you don't, then it's just there at the credits. So I put the tape in. The tape kept playing, so it was running through the credits or whatever, and I was just gonna let it go to the end and rewind itself. Back in the day, if you didn't have a remote, once the tape ran to the stopping point, it would just rewind and start the movie over. So that was my thought process. Like, I'm just gonna let this shit play. I can't find a remote to rewind. But what I seen after the credits was amazing. Yeah. I didn't know what it was. If I'm not mistaken, it was like Booty Talk. Oh, like one of the Booty Talks was taped to the back end of it, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like, what the fuck is this?" So I went back to the project, told all my homies, "So, yo, my dad has his tape, and this tape is da-da-da-da-da." And from that point forward, it was just like, "Yo, you got a tape? I got a magazine. My brother has a this, my brother has a that."
Yeah.
And it wasn't like as accessible as it is now. like I said, I have a tape. My partner had a
Yeah,
magazine. My partner
yeah,
had some pictures that were like
yeah.
stuck together, and it was all like bits and pieces. But now it's to the point where you can jump on, if you have a Twitter account, if you have a Facebook account, an Instagram account, like you have,
Type it in. Yeah.
yeah, you can just type in the word porn or not safe for work or the letters for not safe for work, and the shit pops up, and it's kind of like, holy fuck. It's right there in your face. It's right there all the time. And my best way for me to explain it to like I guess a younger person or younger generation, I told him it's like a Marvel movie for him. It's like a superhero movie. You can watch porn and half the shit that you see, you're never gonna do. It's
Never.
never gonna happen. You
Never.
know, all of that shit scripted. It's a movie. Of course you
Mm-hmm.
have amateur. Of course you got niggas that's just holding their phone, you know what I mean, smacking it from the back and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But all the mainstream stuff, it's all planned. It's all planned out. It's all, I'm not saying niggas, all of them are taking like dick pills and all this stuff, but it's all a production.
Yeah.
So understand that this is technically porn is not real life.
Yeah, and
It's
it's
a
actually
movie.
worked for these people. And these people are friends. People are friends that happen to go, hey, let's make some money doing this. And
Mhm.
you know what I mean? All this stuff ain't like real for real. Like it's just not. And it's not. That's why I say to an undeveloped mind that doesn't know anything and don't know how to be mature enough to handle it, it's it's not real. And people that expose you to it, like you said, like, because when I got exposed to it, it was around the same time all the homies in the neighborhood is getting exposed
Yeah,
to it.
yeah,
So,
we
like you
all we
said,
all popped off at the same
it's
time.
you know what I mean. It's a tape, it's all that, and then you know what I mean. Getting to high school, I remember the first Booty Talk I ever saw, Booty
Yeah,
Talk
nigga, booty
20.
talk is legendary.
Yeah, Booty Talk 20, nigga. And then I I heard a coochie fart for the first time, and I thought it was the greatest shit on the planet. Because I had a homegirl I had a homegirl that I used to talk to all the time, and she also had the same tape, and we used to just play the
Booty talk
shit.
was heavy in the hood, fam.
Yeah, we used to just play it, and then when that part came on, it's just hilarious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it got to a point where it was just like you just so desensitized to it. It came to the point like me and my wife, right, when we was dating, we like like on like Showtime or Cinemax and shit. They
Yeah,
got like the softcore
the
stuff
softcore.
when
Yeah,
they don't really show it going in, but they you know what I mean, you know what's going
you
on.
know what's going
But
on.
they had like a whole storyline to it, like, oh, it's a college setting, and they had a whole like hour and a half like shows. Me and my wife would sit there like we be out and about doing whatever, you know what I mean, drinking, hanging out places, and then we come home, go to her house or whatever, just turn it on just to watch and just like laugh at the shit that was going on. Like, cause it went from you first get introduced to porn, it's like, yo, what the fuck? And you
This
go
is
crazy.
wild. Yeah,
And then you get desensitized to it, and then it's like, oh nah, this shit is actually fucking funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like this shit's a comedy for real,
the storylines be mad wild, man. But
Wild as hell.
speaking of storylines, man, I gotta ask this question, man.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Porn star aspirations,
Yes,
Neko
sir.
Smoke. At any point in your life, have you said, you know what? I think I'm gonna sell my dick. I think I want to be. I think I want to be a porn star.
100%. 100%. Even to this day, like now it's not like I want to star in it. I just want to film it. So, so it went from like everything in my life, fam. I always wanted to participate in shit, and then it got to a point where it's like, I can't really participate in it like I want to. So I got to find a different way to participate in it. So now I'm getting really good with a camera. I just film the shit. You know what I mean?
Fam, this nigga said, I'm sorry, y'all. This nigga came, this nigga, I forgot where we were at. I forgot what was filming. I forgot all of that shit. But what I do remember is Neko told me there was a full body harness that you can wear
Yeah.
to record some shit for porn. And ever since that day, I looked at this nigga differently. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, nigga, nah. I got it all planned out, fam. I got the whole like camera suit that I'm gonna get, nigga. With, you know what I mean, different cameras, all that. Get all different angles. You know what I mean? Everything that I
What's your
need,
name?
man.
What's your name, Neko Smoke?
What, my porn name? If
Yeah,
I
what's
got
your
into
porn
it,
name? Yeah.
you know, I never really got that far. Like,
Okay.
so I never got far to choosing a name, But I was serious about like, fam, I'm just gonna fly out to California and figure it out. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I literally had it like planned out. I was like, yo, fam. And at that time, like, I wasn't really talking to my pops, but like me and my pops was cool enough to be like, if I wanted to go out there, I just go out there. So my whole plan was, I'm gonna just say fuck it, get on a plane, go out there, fucking figure it out. Cause he was living in LA at the time. So
Oh yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, fuck it. I just go out there and figure it out. Cause my whole thing was, if in my mind I was like, yo, I asked everybody that was around me, if you saw somebody that you knew on the tape, fuck it. You'll buy the tape, wouldn't you? Everybody go 100%. Like,
I don't know if I would buy the tape, fam. I'm gonna call
yo,
you, my nigga. I'm gonna call you, my
fam,
nigga. Be like, yo, Nick, my boy. I see you
nigga,
on Booty Talk 37, my boy.
I tell you
What the
this.
fuck is going on?
I tell you this right now. If you knew me how you knew me now, right? And I go, yo, fam, I'm gonna just let you know, fam. I was in a porn back in like '09. Nigga, you gonna be curious enough to go, not look at it because you know of anything. It might not be anything sexual. It's just like, nah, my man's was in this. I got it. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta check it out, man.
Hell
I gotta
no.
check it. Nah, I'm telling you, nigga.
I'm not doing
It's
it,
gonna be.
fam.
It's curiosity, fam. It's natural.
I'll keep the joke running. I'll keep the whole situation going that you was in a porn, but I don't think
Yeah.
I'll ever just go pull it up and be like,
Nigga,
yo.
niggas
I might
is
find out the
curious,
name of it and where it's at. So if niggas be like, I don't believe, like, fam, here's the link.
Here you go. Here's the link.
Here's the link.
Here's the
Watch my
link,
man.
nigga. You know, I'm just saying, niggas' curiosity will take them to places that you never think they'll take them to. And mine almost got me into porn.
Fam, I've never thought about doing porn. Of course, everybody's pulled their flip phone out or whatever back in the day, and you know what I mean, smack some yams and watched it back. But not like full fledged doing it. I think the closest I've ever came to that was a partner of mine, my best friend in the entire world. We said we were going to be strippers, like male strippers.
All right.
It was going to be thunder and lightning. Come out and go on like a world tour. I think we had some chick saying that she was going to manage us. That's probably the closest I've ever came to like just the whole porn star thing, man. Like I just don't. I think it's a lot of behind the scenes to it that I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure niggas ain't just like pulling up, getting hard and fucking. Because from my understanding, it's like a lot of pausing, a lot of setting up shots. And I don't want to be interrupted when I'm getting busy, fam. That's just me.
Yeah, so like a lot of times, like we said, like this shit ain't real. So like you get to a place, it's mad cold, and then like there's so many things that I've read and I've heard like porn stars talk about, man and female, like it's just cold, it's brutal on the woman. Like the woman's just naked the whole goddamn time. And then like so when you do scenes, you gotta do picture stuff too. It's not screen grabs, it's actual pictures.
Yeah.
So you just in there, like as a male, you just in there, you gotta stay hard, and then that's hard for the male to do. It's not like you got any type of erectile dysfunction. It's just like after a while you get desensitized to it. It's like, all right, I'm hard, I'm ready, but now we gotta take these pictures, but I gotta seem like I'm hard and I'm inside of this chick, but we not doing anything. It's just kind of weird.
It's too much thinking.
It's a lot. It's truly a lot to go into it, and it's really work. When they say we are sex workers, it's really work. It's just they have sex. What people on the outside think is just pure pleasure. It's at times it's pleasure, like any job. You satisfied doing your job, but sometimes you like, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Like I flip this whole fucking table over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I throw this speaker across the fucking yard. You know what I mean? Like.
You just nut all over the scene, huh?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I nut on the director. I seen one time. I seen one time where it was a chick, where it was a porn star chick. She was like, "Yeah, it was just a terrible fucking day," and I fucking spit nut on the damn guy that was shooting the porn because he was just on some super extra shit, making everybody's day fucking miserable.
And
So
she
I just took.
spit the other man's semen on him.
Yep. Yep.
Fam, CDV or whatever it's called. Assault and battery, fam. Assault and battery. Don't spit another nigga on me. Like,
Oh,
it just
oh yeah, that's
sounds
wild.
wild. That just sounds wild.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I wanted to I guess because the conversation was a little rough for me to have
Yeah.
earlier last week, and I know it's kind of awkward because certain people they're wrong with us. They're not into porn. They think porn is wrong. Like, I'm not watching it, and there's so many different levels to it, man. It's just, I know talking with you about it would bring a cheerful light to it, a funny light to it. Like I
Oh
said,
yeah, yeah.
when this first was dropped on my plate, it was like, man, I don't feel like dealing with this shit. I don't want to talk about this shit. Like, nigga, I
Yeah.
don't want to. You know what I mean, and my last question I have for you is kind of heavy. It's kind of heavy. But as parents, right?
Mhm.
Again, this has nothing to do with my kids at all. You know what I'm saying? If my kids are watching this, which you shouldn't be, you should not be at fucking. I'm looking right to the camera. You should not be at all watching this. Cut this shit the fuck off. But if you are, it's not your brother or sister that we're talking about here. I want to clear that shit because these little motherfuckers get in the group chat. Like,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
dad talking about you. Who the fuck watching dicks on the motherfucking internet? Like, yo, relax. They love picking at each other. So I just want to look right in the camera and say, it's none of the Clement clan. Like, it's none of y'all. All right,
Yeah.
cool. But if that was to happen, Neko Smoke, like, your oldest is a young lady. My oldest is a boy. We both have boys and girls though. If any of your kids, you just happen to grab their tablet at any point of life, and you jumping on their tablet, not to be like a nosy parent, but just to be like, yo, let me see that real quick. I want to look something up.
Yeah.
And you click up and you see that. How do you talk to your kid about it? Like, what the fuck?
I think the main thing is don't get pissed off. So what I mean by that is immediately we're gonna want to fly the fuck off the handles. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh yeah, why are you doing this? Yeah.
But it's not going to. That's not going to help the situation so much because then it's going to make them shut down.
Yeah.
What you do is you do what my mother did to me. My grandmother did to me. They sat me down and they explained, hey, this is X, Y, and Z. You're gonna see this stuff. Let me properly teach you the ways of the land. And no, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. There's a time and a place for everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're exposed to it now, but tighten this shit up. Don't do this no more. There's gonna be a time where, you know what I mean, like, you're gonna get into it.
You can open
But
this
let
box.
me understand. Let me help you understand how you open up this box. Because there's a way to go about it.
That's a wild statement, by the way.
Of course.
Explain to you how to open up this box.
That's why I love these niggas, man. That's why I love these niggas. Of course, that was wild as hell, man.
Let me explain how to open up this box, young Neko.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, man. I know.
Let me explain it. Yeah, man. There's just it's ways to go about it. And
one thing. Go ahead.
I know I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna say I know I'm gonna get there one day, and that's just what I plan on doing is teaching them like my mom and grandmother taught me.
Gotcha. I will say, man, one thing that I'm very excited about, period, like meeting you, having you around, but pre-Ali and Smoke show, and with the Ali and Smoke show is we're both parents. We're both gonna have those awkward conversations at some point. And we always have the other person to turn around and be like, my nigga, like, what would you say? All right, what did you say when this first happened? Yeah. That's always cool. And then just being able to hash it out in front of the viewers, man. Because there's going to be people that watch what we talk about and catch clips of what we talk about, and they're going to use it. It might be somebody right fucking now that just saw what you said and was like, you know what? I spazzed the fuck out. Let me backtrack and show my kid this particular way. So, man, this journey is going to be great with you. I'm glad I got you across the screen from me.
Yeah, man,
on the couch next to me, and of course behind the camera doing what we do. But let's get to our final segment of the week. Now, this of the week segment, man, it's gonna be wide open. Is any song, any album, any music, any quotes, any moments that happened this week that you would like to share, and not only share them, explain why we're sharing them, and hopefully they can help somebody out there that's watching or listening. So, Nico, would you like to go first with your of the week, or would you like me to take a swing first?
Yeah, man. My quote of the week is "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken" by Oscar Wilde.
This
It's
is true.
it's very very profound, man. Just be you. Be 100% you. Don't let anybody dim your light. Don't let anybody try to take your shine away. Just be who you are meant to be.
That is true. Now, my quote of the week comes from Mother Oprah, and my my quote of the week is "Turn your wounds into wisdom."
Mm.
And I read this week, and I'm a fan of Oprah. I'm just gonna say that shit. Like, everybody know I love Oprah. Oprah's like number one in my life. She's the head of my life. Not playing, but anyway, but I really, when I heard it, like I said, the situation with the porn that happened last week, and other little situations happened in my personal life, it's like this shit hurts. It doesn't hurt physically, but it cuts mentally. It cuts because I did not have what I needed to say to that person just pre-written. I didn't know what I was going to say. I just had to come off the cuff with it and hope and pray that it was the right thing. And when other situations happen to anyone mentally, it's those mental wounds. And you can either allow them to keep you down, you can allow them to cut you so deep that you don't want to do anything else. Or, like Mother Oprah said, you can turn those wounds into wisdom and you can learn from those situations. And that's what I've been doing. So, Nico, give us the quote one more time.
Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken by Oscar Wilde.
And turn your wounds into wisdom by Mother Oprah. These are our quotes of the week. All right. All right. I like that, Nico. I like that, man. I like what you I
Yeah,
like.
man.
I like your quote too, man. I like your quote too.
Yeah, man.
It puts me in the mind of that run your own race. You say that shit a lot. Like, you say
Yeah,
that
man.
shit. I don't know who said it first, but if I were quick, my nigga Nico said, "Run your
Run your own
run
race,
your
bro.
own race."
Run your own
It
race.
goes back into that, man. Like, I guess because we're so wrapped up into the internet. We're so wrapped up into these having these devices. Like, my phone is. I've grabbed my phone 3 times, and I have 2 of them actually sitting right here. We're so
Yeah.
wrapped up. We're so wrapped up
Yeah.
into our phones, man, and what the next person is doing. And it's just like, hey, settle down, be yourself, run your own race, man. Like,
Run your race, man.
you and J. Cole, like I said, love yours. You gotta appreciate what you have and stop looking at what everybody else got going on and shit, man.
Yeah, man.
And I'm not trying to preach or anything like that. I'm just saying, like,
It's just real life
it's
facts.
just real life facts that I
Facts.
think that people are really getting away from because we're
Yeah.
so. I'm addicted to Twitter. I can say that. So someone like me, if I didn't have these type of things in my head, if I didn't turn my wounds into wisdom, thank you, Mother Oprah. If I didn't do that, I would be one of these people that's so trapped up into, oh shit, they got such and such coming out, and oh shit, like, what they got going on, and oh shit, I don't have that
Mm-hmm.
going on. Oh, their car is nicer than mine, their clothes is nicer than mine, their wife is nicer than mine. I'm not married, but their wife is nicer than mine. These I would get so caught up in these thoughts just by sliding on my phone, laying in bed at night, just looking
Yeah.
at everybody else's life, man. So these are the type of lessons, the type of things that I'm glad that I have, bestowed, I guess is the word, in me, and I want to continue to push that positivity with quotes like that of the week. Now, also, of the week this week, we got our record of the week as well.
Yes,
Neko
sir.
Smoke, what's your record of the week, my friend?
Paperweights by my man Shaolin, aka Black Marty Robbins Flowers.
Hey, that shit is nice.
Yep. Oh man.
That whole EP is fucking nice.
We might be a little biased because
Oh,
we
yeah.
might have our names on it.
Yeah, we
But
might be executive producing that motherfucker.
but Paperweights by Shaolin Flowers is a very, very great record.
It is.
Very, very great.
My record this week, what I want you guys to check out, is it's called TNS. It's by an artist named Mitty Mouse. Mitty Mouse. I've never met this young man. I tripped over the song, and I like it. I love it. It's just a vibe. It's smooth. It's on some I guess alternative hip hop rap type shit. But that's my record of the week. Mitty Mouse by TNS and Paperweights by Shaolin Flowers, man. All right, man. Final thoughts. Final thoughts on porn on Will Smith, Deion Sanders, slave movies. Our new series coming on terrorism, close calls. What you got? How we gonna wrap this up, man?
Man, my final thoughts on all of this is for whoever watched and tuned in, thank you.
Thank
You know what I mean? Like it's just a thank you. It's just something that, you know what I mean? Like we said earlier, it's just something creatively that we wanted to do.
you. Hmm.
And we are two people that if we want to do it, we're gonna make it happen.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, we're just gonna try to bring you great conversation and something that you can take away to your circle and have a more in depth conversation with
Yeah, more
people closer to
dialogue
you,
about.
and maybe even make you more comfortable in talking to your circle.
Yeah,
Because a lot of times, you know, especially us as black men and just men in general, all around the world, it's hard to talk about shit.
it
Find
is.
some people to talk to, and if you
Find some people
can't
that you
talk,
could be real with.
if if you can't talk to anybody around you, hop in them comments, bro. Hit our DM. We'll talk.
Yeah, yeah,
You
for
know what I
real,
mean?
for
Yeah,
real,
yeah,
for
we'll
real.
talk, man. So yeah, just appreciate y'all, man. And this is a great conversation, bro.
It was.
I'm glad we finally did this.
And we get to do this shit any fucking time we want. Look at
Anytime we want to.
that.
Anytime we want to.
I'm gonna piggyback off your final thoughts, man, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna add a little asterisk to what you said. Not just find someone to talk to. Find some people that you can be real with. Because you
Bingo.
can talk to anybody, but if you can't be open and honest and transparent with the people that you're talking to, you need to find somebody else. Because if it wasn't for 4 to 5 to 6 people that come to my head right now, that I couldn't just be like, this is me, my nigga, and this is how I feel today, and take me as I am. And if they wasn't accepting of who I am, and the thing is, they're not just accepting. If I'm fucking wrong, for example, Carter. If I'm fucking wrong, Carter would say, nigga, you are in the fucking wrong. You're absolutely fucking wrong with what you're saying and what you're doing. Get
Mm-hmm.
it together. So you got to have people around you that's going to not only listen to you, but that you can be honest and open with, and that will hold you accountable for the bullshit that you do. Because we all do bullshit like every fucking day. We all do something that we need to be smacked on the wrist about. And I'm glad that I got people around me, especially someone across the screen from me, that'll tell me, hey, my nigga, you bugging.
Yeah, yeah, for
You
sure.
are bugging, my friend.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then this just to pile on it a little bit more, man. Be accepting of that feedback, because
yeah.
I'm the type of person when you're my friend, when you fuck that. You ain't even got to be my friend. If you're dealing with me, I'm just gonna tell you how I motherfucking feel. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have that much of a filter. And with the older I get, the more that motherfucker gonna go away. I can't wait to be 70 years old and tell niggas how I really, really, really feel. But
Yeah,
like, you got to be accepting of it. And sometimes people are not going to say the things in the most sweetest candy way, but you might need to hear that shit raw and uncut. But be acceptive of it, especially if you know if it's coming from a place of love and a place of understanding. Don't let anybody talk shit to you. Don't let anybody talk down on you. But allow your friends and people that you love to be as raw as they need to be with you in that moment. And understand it's not coming from a place of hate, it's coming from a place of love. And I say that not just to the viewers out there that's watching, but also to the people that's in my circle. Because I tell motherfuckers exactly how I feel. And I know sometimes them niggas want to reach through the phone and punch me in my motherfucking mouth. But I don't know no other way to say it.
yeah.
Those are my final thoughts. Nico, you got anything else?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right, man. It's Ali.
It's smoke.
And this is the Ali and Smoke Show, episode 1.